Welcome back. This is Arnav Chaudhary. You are live on my YouTube channel, arunfoot. It's October the 2nd, and we are a little after today's match in the Indian Super League, which ended in a goalless draw between Mumbai City Football Club and Bengaluru FC. Yes, the top clash that we were sort of expecting or wanting to talk about ends in a goalless draw. And we'll speak about this game and about other things in regard to Indian football and hear and see what is all happening. Hi Dee, hi Chetan, welcome back, guys. Or if you're new, welcome to the channel. As always, at the start, if you're new, if you like what you see, do leave a like behind. Do share the content, and also subscribe if you think you're liking what you're seeing. And have a look at the videos again. Today I did a video on what should be sort of the criteria for the coach search that East Bengal is doing. Yesterday I'd done a video on the India probables that Manolo has appointed earlier. A video on what's the lessons that the Kolkata club should take in regard to being more professional in the future. Right, 1 second. There seems to be some sort of problem over here. 1 second. All right. Why Mambir is still in the Indian team? Well, some will say it's a valid question. Some will say it's not a valid question. If Manvir deserves to be in the team or not. To me, it's one of those questions which is sometimes difficult to answer, because we're looking at alternatives, right? To me, the question is, who are the alternatives in regard to the striking position, in regard to what we have? To me, I think that's the question that Mumbai City has to themselves answer and find a solution to. Maybe it's in regard to how to sort out their squad and find a way. How can Manolo find those solutions, right? And again, Jitin MSD is one of those things. We have a lot of wingers, but who is the solution in regard to the problems that we see in the Indian national team? Jitin MS, to me, deserved a call-up. If you ask me, he deserved a call-up. I don't know if others have received a call-up, and that's so to me, let's see what these guys do, and then almost probably November we'll see some other changes. Mumbai is lacking a proper Indian CDM. Yeah, gems of replies. I think that's the other question, is regard to where are the players in certain positions. How can you sort those positions out? And that's, I think, the challenge. What solutions can you get out of these players? And the challenge, I think, at the moment is who's going to be the solution to your problems. I think the problems that Mumbai City have, I think if they'd known that Apuya is going to leave, I think most probably they would have kept Vinit Rai. I think Vinit Rai, so therefore that's a thing. And that's a thing, and that's to me that's the question. Mumbai is still okay on why am I having a problem with the screen? 1 second. Hi Manolo, welcome. We need own Nathan today. Mumbai City FC left back position is very concerning. I wouldn't go that far. And again, in the second half, when Sunil switched to side, I thought Nathan was owning Sunil a lot of times, right? So therefore, he'll have his ups, he'll have his down. First game for Nathan. I think that should also not be forgotten. He's not played for the team, and in that position, at that level. So therefore, these are all things that one needs to keep in mind when we're talking about these kind of things, that all these teams are still in a forming phase, right? So therefore, for me, very, very clearly, Mumbai City is still not a settled setup, and that therefore left back, yes, left back is something that Mumbai City is trying to settle on, trying to find a solution to their problems. And so far, I would say they haven't been able to find a solution to that problem. Okay, I still have that problem. Why do I still have that problem? Sorry, 1 second. I think. Right, I have to read it off the screen. Sorry, guys, I'll have to restart the computer once. I don't know if other people have that as well. Sometimes, I've got this weird screen issue on the laptop with StreamYard. Anyway, Vignesh says Mumbai playing first short passing progress, second half they're playing long ball. I think Mumbai tried their kind of game in the first session. I think that didn't work for them, and then the coach decided, listen, let's try something different. Let's deviate. I think that's also one of the lessons that the coach has taken from the first two matches. I think it's something that needs to be remembered. And therefore for me, again, Mumbai City is not a settled and a sorted team, and therefore the coach is trying to find the right solution to his problems, and therefore that's the challenge, I think, that Petr Kratke at the moment has. Um, a lot of change in the squad. Again, the squad is not settled yet, and therefore Mumbai City is still very much a work in progress, and that's going to be the challenge for Petr Kratke. But again, he has the capabilities of sorting out. He's shown last season he came in, took that team to a next level. Dez's team, and sorry, 1 sec. Sorry. So Dez's team he took to the next level, and therefore, um, and therefore for me, he's done the right things. He's working on those, and but it'll take time. It's not something that you will be able to sort in a day, and therefore Mumbai City continues, in my opinion, to be a work in progress, and therefore it'll take time. It'll take time for him to get this team to jealous. Yeah, behind things. Is Mahesh Gawli behind the selection? I think knowing Manolo, if you know Manolo a little bit and know him, the work he's done in Indian football, then I think Manolo Marquez will not need. He will take the inputs from Mahesh, but Manolo Marquez doesn't need Mahesh Gawli to tell him who to pick or who not to pick. I think that should be very, very evident, and therefore for me, yeah, to me is um, you know um, to me is therefore for me, it's very important for Manolo to find the right mix. If you look at Manolo's call-ups in the first window last month, you saw a lot of players either playing at Goa or players who have played at Hyderabad. So for me, that is the point of discussion that we should have, right? So therefore, for me, yeah, I don't think that Mahesh Gawli is behind the decisions in regard to who's being called up, who's not being called up. David's got 3 goals in all competitions this season. What has Manvir Liston done? I think we should call up players who score goals. We need them. That's my opinion. That can be your opinion, but do you, again, be honest to yourself. Do you think that David is a player who has played enough minutes at top level football to be playing for India? Just think about it. And this is what I say to everybody. Think about this when you're saying XYZ player should be called up to play for India. That's the only thing I'm saying. And that's something um, that will decide it. And if you think scoring in the Durant CFL and coming on as a sub for a few minutes and scoring a goal, that's good enough. Yes, if you look at Ishan Pandita, that's good enough. But do you have that vibe? Let me be honest. I don't have that vibe when I see David. I want to see more of the boy. I want to see him consistently playing. Did he play that much in the I League? No, he didn't. He's scoring goals. Yes, he is. But does he have, and this is my question too about a lot of these other players that people are calling up. Again, if I'm being asked, people don't have to agree with my opinion, right? You have your opinion, other people have their opinions. If you ask me, that is it. I need to have that vibe that I feel that this player, XYZ, whoever he is or she is good enough to be representing India at junior or senior level. That's my feeling, right? Or if I've seen enough, then I can make a learned judgment on that. But I don't get that. Sorry. Good evening, Ishan. How good was Roshan? Yeah, Roshan was good. Kept Changte quiet. BFC mid outclassed Mumbai City FC made Noguera, Onfanif, and Manzoro alone. Yeah, but still, if you look at the first half, Manzoro got a shot on. Fanif had his moments as well. So I don't know why being outclassed or owned by people. Any update about ACL 2? No, nothing. It was supposed to be a match today and was not played. Bake is solid as usual. He's getting better and better. Yeah, Ishan, that is one thing. And I said that, right? That's something that Rahul Beke, who, even I didn't always trust. Let's be honest about it. I didn't always trust Rahul Beke. Sometimes I thought, um, but he has improved dramatically. So therefore for me, yeah, he's getting better and better by the day, as we say. He's getting better like a fine red wine. Till the till the time Kratky find his first 11, half the league would have completed. I don't think so. The issues are also injuries, right? Um, Brandon wasn't fit. Vikram wasn't fit. Now Toral wasn't fit. He will find his team. I captain Beke in my fantasy. Team, bro. Just brought me 20 points. Aram, congratulations. Chankte this season, 3 matches, 3 appearances, 3 starts. What a player. Well, no. We again talk about consistency. And Chankte didn't start well last season as well. But he was there when he was leading. Sorry. Oop. Is it not doing this? Let me get that back. That was the one. Sorry. So looking rock again. Thank you. What's your rating for Chesney, new Barca keeper? Barca was looking for an experienced keeper, and Chesney was playing for Juve until a few months ago. So therefore, for me, good signing, good replacement for the season, as Marc-Andre ter Stegen will not return. Good evening, Gear on Rare. Today's game was quite boring. Both teams playing long ball for 20 minutes and starting. Yeah, Kiran, I think the point is, I was just saying it in Hiren's channel, that the big teams, you know, that there's a lot of respect. We've seen that, be it Man City, Arsenal, we saw it, Bayern, Bayer Leverkusen. And the same thing here again, that both teams have a lot of respect for each other, and therefore it wasn't an open game as one could have expected. Do you think Indian football becoming more chaotic over the years regarding performance? Sorry to say that this instead of Ashish, I think he should have gone Pritham Kotal because of defense solid. Okay, Murali. Yeah. Sir, even Manvir has not been regular for Mumbai Supergiant. Yeah, you're right. But the point is, pedigree does count. Bengaluru FC look like a very good side this season, but can they keep this consistency? Manjub, that's the question. That's the question for BFC to answer. Because in my opinion, if they can keep this up, they could be a title challenger. So you get vibe that Manveer and Liston are good enough for national team. For Manveer, yes, because Manolo, we've seen what he can do, right? The others still have to prove it, and they're not proving it week in week out. With Liston, again, Liston belongs to a whole class of wingers. Throw in one, throw in the second, throw in the third, throw in the fourth, throw in the fifth. All these wingers have their weaknesses, and no one is consistent. You can call up today one, and you could call up for every match. You can play a different winger, right? And if I want, I can add Vikram is now back. We can add Bipin to that list. You want to have, I don't know, Imran. You want Mohammed Sanan in that list. Who else have we forgotten? We have to be realistic. Not calling up players in form is justifiable. In past, a lot of those players struggled in national team. Must back Manolo Constantine in his last few games built quite a good counter-attacking team. Rushabh, the point is that Manolo has to find his team. It's not about me or you or whoever. Again, we can talk, we can think. But it, if anybody thought that he's going to do, he's going to do a revolution, he's going to do that. You know, no disrespect to Mano, but instead of going informed player, he picked biased by Goa and Hyderabad previous 10, I feel. Yeah, Murali. Why Manveer and Mehta got selection? Amar, Manveer to me, again, is the only one who's scored as a striker for India outside of Sunil Chetri in the last year. In fact. And Mehtab is one of the guys in the mix of centre back. Name me other centre backs that we should be, Siva misses two big chances in two games. Yeah, Siva also was year before last, right? So people were calling him to be national team player. I will win this friendlies. What do you think, sir? Okay. Brandon, Vikram, and John all didn't look fully fit. Would you rather have Chroma as CDM and Vanif as a box-to-box midfielder playing in an advanced position? Ishan, I don't think Yoel Fanif has the legs to do that. The point is, if you have Chroma and Fanif, as you did in Jamshedpur, you have two guys who are holding, and then the question is who's in front of you. But you're right, Brandon Vikram and Yon Toral will need time to get full fitness. That's a concern for with these players, right? So therefore they will need time, and therefore yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how these players get better, right? That's gonna be the challenge now with all these guys, right? At the moment, Mumbai City, So, what do you think the reason behind we're seeing same repeat players in team time and again and under different coaches also? The coaches don't think the others are better. Do you see long ball game is outdated or played lower level or no other option? Long ball game, I guess, is not outdated. It's how you utilize it for yourself. No? So that's a question on the coach. That's the challenge that we have now. So therefore, that's how it works. Sunil breaking the odds again in this age. I was not expecting this from him. Now he is national duty free, so looks more dangerous than ever. Yeah, again, Sunil is Sunil, and therefore for me, the question is, yeah, I know how Sunil. Sorry, 1 second, guys. Sunil is a legend, and therefore for me, Sunil is Sunil has the quality, and Sunil is proving his quality, and therefore for me, it's going to be interesting to see how he does. Tell me one match in which Manvi has performed other than that Kuwait away match in last year. Um, who has performed in the one last year, Manolo? Sir, I believe Bipin deserve a chance over Liston. Krishano, yeah, could be. But again, they're all cut from the same, right? Um, I would love to see Valpuya in place of Nikhil, Jitin, Isaac, Changte, and Bipin as wings over Manvir Liston. Valpuya, yes, but I also say Valpuya again. This is the first time that he's a regular starter for his team, so I would still say give him some more time. I would think, right? If you ask me, and then maybe we can have the same conversation in a few weeks, in a few months, and then Valpuya is a regular, and he can also play for the national team. So I completely agree with you. So picking informed players in India isn't smart for their consistency. It usually lasts 3-4 games. Remember Jay Gupta's performance after the national break last season. Ishan, this is what I say, and people don't want to agree to it. Again, everybody can, and on their viewpoints. But my point is, our problem is I don't. Again, if these kind of logics were used, I think Rahul Beke would have been shoved out. I don't know 5 years ago, and would have not been considered now, and then would have been considered after I don't know 3 years. So this is not going to happen. Do you think Constantine never feared trying with new player compared to Morala players not suited? Stephen had tested players at the start, then settled down on his team, and then had a set 15, 16 players. This was him, Bob Houghton as well. All of these guys had their set players, right? It's Stimach who was tinkering. The problem is this team is broken. And if you make too many changes to this team, then this team, which is broken, will be even more damaged. This is what you need to understand, right? And the point is, there are a lot of these players who are part of the national team have shown in India colors that they can play better, right? Today's match was so boring that I can't watch the whole match. Yeah, some people will say boring. I thought tactically very interesting, but yeah. Who will win the friendlies? What do you think? Shumit, both of them, you know, uh, both the games will be tough. The question is, what can India do? And then we'll have to wait and see what India does, right? To me, um, again, as I say, both the games are tough, and the question is how well prepared are we? How ready are the players to go and showcase themselves in this competition? As in these friendlies, not rather competition. So therefore, for me, that's going to be the challenge. 17 should stop playing football and focus on physical strength and stamina, all including senior team players are severely malnourished, leading to disgusting weak. 60% of our problems due to this. Amrit Endu, this is again one of the wrong conceptions that I think a lot of people seem to have. I remember in 2014, certain foreigners were saying that, wow, the Indian players too often in the gym. I do more gym in a day than in a month I used to do in Europe. Our players need to be on the field. Our players need to spend 4-5 hours on the field with the ball. The more they play the ball, even at an older age, it helps. As I said, Rahul Beke is a good example. Rahul Beke is becoming better and better with age, right? And Rahul Beke used to be very, very error prone. Typical Indian footballer. So again, most of the players are interchangeable. That's why Sunil Chhetri still at this age has this capability, and that's why it's so important for BFC. Agreed. Your point regarding wingers being changed in every game. Some players are picked regardless of their club form because they know national team. If I'm not wrong, it also happens with European nations. Yeah, Rushabh, coaches don't always go by form. They also look at who can play for the national team, who could fit into my formation. I remember there used to be a player who was the best player in the I League in those days. Never played for Bob because Bob said he's not fitting into my system. That's the reality, right? He had the luxury at the time. Today we don't have the luxury.
I think every good squad needs a Pereira Diaz kind of player, creates something out of nothing, always being a menace for the opposition centre backs, linking up with other attacking players, etc. Agree. Ishan, if you ask me, Pereira Diaz is that kind of he's kind of a nuisance, right, for the defenders, but he creates stuff for his team, and yeah. Sorry. PFC didn't concede a goal in this season. I feel little dip form of Gurpreet is gone now. He's in last prime. I feel according to his age. Gear on rare. I think it's a combination of Gurpreet, Jovanovic, Beke, Roshan, really good form, right? So all these players are showing what they are capable of. Constant once said in an interview that the informed players are at times showing unprofessionalism. Couldn't that be the same thing right now? Yeah. Again, it could be that, you know, so it is, there are reasons which why a coach picks players. And therefore, that's the problem. Again, their players 2, 3, 4, 5 matches. Let's see. No, we used to say we need tall players to play long ball. No, you don't. Some of the best headers of the games are not the tallest players. Sunil is a good header. Is Sunil the tallest? No, he's not. So we need to experiment the team, then only get who playing well or not. So lose is not problem if we don't get chances. Other player in the squad, there's no fight for that position. Amar, that might be your view, but this is not the view of you've. We've now had two coaches with, or even Stephen or Bob would not agree with that. Even Wim Koevermans asked coaches. National team has minimal time, and a national team coach says, "Listen, I've changed. Listen, if he changes everything." And throws out, I don't know, 15 players and brings in 15 players and loses 6-7, he'll be ripped apart. This is something, again, and therefore most coaches are conservative. Experiment is nice, experiment is big, but experiment preparing 2 days, 3 days, 5 days, guys, come on, wake up. That's in reality will not work. Hi, Dark Knight. Why Indian players are one hit wonder? That's the biggest question. A player who seems to be now good, in 3-4 weeks, we don't speak about them. And again, last season, perfect example. At the start of the season, everybody wanted Parthiv Gogoi in, everybody wanted Jay Gupta in, and Jay Gupta has proven he's not ready. He's not ready. He needs more time or regular ISL time to be ready for international football. The same will be the case with Parthiv Gogoi. Fanai seems like a complete misfit to me, adds nothing to BFC team. Okay. That's your opinion, Ishan. Apart from Changtan Suresh, ISL creates so far one season Indian player. This is a harsh truth. I wouldn't say that. There are other players who have had exposure through the ISL, but again, these players um, have been created. Even Sunil extended his when we talk about 2013, 2014. When the ISL started and later on Sunil joined. Sunil came back from Sporting Lisbon and won the I League with Churchill brothers at the time. And the reality was that Sunil, in 15, 16, 17, those ISL years, parallel to BFC at Mumbai City, evolved and developed. Right. So there are others. Apuya is a player that I can name who's been, an ISL thing. So yeah. Changte and Mumbai City are struggling after all. They are the front runner for ISL. I don't think they're struggling. I think that's a wrong observation. I think Mumbai City has to be more clinical up front, needs a little bit of luck here and there. Uh, so to me, Messi Lava, they will, I think, do their job and then sort themselves out. What do you think national team needs? A coach like Habas or Kratky Buckingham? It is clearly evident that what kind of a coach do we need? I think a coach who wants to go in, understand and work on things and develop things, evolve things with the team. That's for me, I think, the most important thing. And that's where Mumbai City coaches named interesting. Habas is totally different style. And the question is, what I want a pragmatic coach who understands the weakness, the strengths and the weaknesses of the Indian players, and from that can derive a strategy on how to try to get the best results with the players, and maybe have the one other match where you're also maybe playing good football. But to be honest, Manolo doesn't have options. Plus, he wants to play safe for friendlies because it's initial days of his job. Yeah, yeah, that's the point, right? The options that a lot of options that people have mentioned, in my opinion, are not options. Mumbai City missing Raul Beke and Apuya. Yeah, Dark Knight looks like it. At the moment, they're still being missed very, very much. Do you think if he made into knockouts of the Asian Cup 2019, it would have been a history and new hope for our footy? Very, very theoretical, really. Yeah, it might be Stephen um, might have been difficult to say. Hello? Yeah, hello. Sorry. So do you think Manvir can be more effective in that right wing position as he plays regularly in a position for his club rather than ask him to play as a nine, as number nine? Um, See, the right wing we have options, right? We have, especially we have Changte on that wing. So therefore, for me, Manvir is not an option as a winger. He might be played there, but I see him more for India. I see him more as a striker because we don't have too many options. Again, Rahim Ali is the other one. Hi, Blue. Consonant once said some of the informed players who were unpicked back then showed unprofessionalism or some politics was involved. Do you think the same thing is happening? Rishabh, I don't know. Um, um, mm, mm, mm. If it is for Manolo to explain why he's picking the players and not picking the players, and those were interesting conversations. So tell me one player who has improved since joining Mohammed Supergiant. Vishal Keth, Dipendu Biswas, right? Abhishek Suryavanshi. There are quite a few. If you want to dig a little deeper, Mumbai City deserves a coach like Lobera, not Peter. That's your view. Gear on rare. Do you think us focusing on national level? Yeah. Do you think we could have taken a state level approach rather than a national level approach? State level approach, how will it work? Hmm? Right? So a state level approach, again, football needs to be clubs driven, and therefore you um, have to have option at the national level, at the state level, at the local level, at different levels. So one Indian player selected in Saudi Pro League, and I said now we want more Indian to play JK in Indian leagues. Nothing important. It's a kid who has been selected, and again he lives over there, so he's not gone there. Therefore, no one has moved anywhere. Yeah. Mumbai City FC will not qualify for top six. Okay, Shomo. Opuya and Mohan is not fit. I feel he should join clubs like Kerala Blasters. Okay, Kieran Rare. Manvir has options as a 12th man. Okay, Vinod. Rahul Beke as a centre back in national team doesn't work, especially against tough opposition. Sure, in ISL he might play well, but he should be used as right back for national team. Don't agree, Rushabh. Tell me two centre backs who are better. That's you know, he's the best centre back we have. So therefore, um, we don't have better centre backs at the moment. From your 2 decades of Indian footy experience, did ISL help our football in any way? Um, Daniel, again on the field where there are a lot of questions that can be asked. But I think again, the general organization of the ISL is something where we've gotten much better. If you look at the infrastructure, the stadiums, the training pitches, the broadcast, the facilities for fans, all these things have improved. Yes. Dada, tell a story how you guys managed to sign top level Anelka for Mumbai City in first season ISL, first ISL season. Show more relatively simple. He was offered to us. He was offered to us. He was interested, and we spoke, and then we signed Nico. Very simple. Nothing complicated. Nothing. No crazy story behind it. There is no backstory behind it. A lot of people create stories to have backstories. That's why when people say, "Oh, I did this, that," it's like, no, either someone knew, and then you contacted someone and asked, "Hey, is the player interested?" Or otherwise, you got contacted, and then yeah. In 4 games so far, I think Venkatesh shows the maturity which we're not expecting. Hope Sunil and all prove him more. Yeah, here and there, let's see. Do you think quality player matters or play a certain time? Because certain time I find coach struggling with result. Do you think certain time result almost depends on quality of player? The results will always depend on the quality of the players and the quality coming through. MB top 10. We don't have strong players to compete with teams ranked 1700, but we can hope to win against teams ranked above 150. Hope so. Are there any rules like FFP or something in there which forces clubs to be profitable? No. Reporter Faker Gupta, there is nothing like that. Everybody is losing money in Indian football. Is Rahul and Jingle better centre back we had till now? Are they technically good? If not, what makes them different is the mentality. At the moment, Rahul is our best. Sandesh has to come back, and yeah, technically they have certain capabilities, but aren't the best. But mentality monsters, both of them. Then I also helped Indian football in every way. The biggest thing is Premier Next Gen Cup and its qualification things. The Next Gen Cup is a PR event of the Premier League. I wouldn't even call it as one of the big things. Reveal some other names who offered along with Anelka. Shomo, never done this, don't do it. Maybe one day in the future I'll write a book or something on that, but at the moment, not throwing out names that who are offered or even who I approach. I did some crazy things going to countries and trying to approach players, very very big names, bigger names than actually have played in the ISL, but I've never been in this revealing business, so I will not talk about it. Reliance is boosting a lot of players as they have the infra and coaches, but what's stopping them to take the next step? They're producing players, but they're producing Indian level players. They need to produce Asian level players. I think that's the challenge now for the Reliance Academy. I've played a Reliance game in college level. Surely the professionalism is there, at least minimal things in games organized by university. There's no offside because the referee is doing everything. Okay. The biggest thing I saw now is still Indian players' mentality getting changed a lot in a positive way. Yep, yeah, that could be. Jingan days are over. I feel. Let's wait. Honestly, Anwar is a lot calmer on ball than Rahul. He panics at times. Anwar and Sandesh is the best pair for national team, in my opinion. Yeah, but then Anwar needs to get back to his form. Even he is not in his top prime. I think that's what I'm saying. Rahul Baker to me is the best player, and um, I don't think Rahul panics. I don't know where you're getting that from. See how he's been playing both for club and for country. You said Gothia is not considered or PR. Where will our youth player will be tested? Yeah, Gothia. All these Gothia Cups, Nordic Cups, Mayor's Cup, whatever they're all called in Scandinavia, they are for grassroots. They are not for elite academies. Rahul Baker developed and aged well like fine wine from the days of Mumbai FC and I League. He will be the one to defend against Vietnam. Yeah, I said that. Yeah, he's aged very well like a fine wine. So how Indian football coach can improve? Read, watch, learn, and try and implement things. There's enough information out there to be better. I mean, just follow what, for example, Renedy Singh does. Then you will realize what you need to do, and that's something which I will continue to say. If you work hard, let's see. So is it possible for AIFF to ask ISL clubs to fill the reserve team in I-League and I-League 2, which will both increase the length of the league and give good match time for answers? No. Sunny, I-League 2, the reserve teams played in the past and the other teams didn't like it. That's why that was pulled out. I've been watching football since 2012, but I feel Indian football hasn't improved. At times, it seems like progress, but it was misleading. Our football team can only get better with stronger grassroots. Yeah, grassroots development and more focus on new players. MB top 10, 100%. And that's the those are all the realities, right? The realities of what's there in Indian football and what's not there in Indian football, and the challenge is there. The challenges are there. Sorry. The commentator during Mohun Bagan Rafshan match saying that Mohun Bagan had a much higher squad value, but isn't that price inflated because of overpaid players in the league and relatively we just don't have it? Yeah, reporter Fika Gupta, yeah. You have a point. But again, the value has been created. So therefore the the value that is created um, is not the real value, right? So therefore, and not only India, it's in a global context. So any views on Chelsea? They're like sitting on a saw again. On their day, they thrash any team, and normal days, they play pathetic football. Again, Chelsea is another club with too much of turmoil. I don't know. Again, very talented team, but let's see where they end up. Can technical director not give an importance to grassroots and youth football, or is it not his job? It depends on what role the technical director has. Does he look after mainly the first team, or does he look at the whole club? Yeah, it could be his job. It might not be his role, his job. Indian women football coach selection done, but not a single info when girls gonna play. Yeah, that's very, very right. Rahul does make mistakes worse than what Anwar does. Maybe the pairing doesn't work. Maybe Sandesh covers his weaknesses. Rushabh, have you seen Anwar and Rahul Beke play in the last few months? I can't agree on that. Is JSW still interested in a BFC project like before? Yes. If you see, they put in investment and BFC at the moment top of the table. What happened to Ryan Williams? Why is he not even in bench? SCT, as far as I know, um, he's injured. If I'm not wrong, I think he's injured. We've seen Harry Maguire doing well for England, even if played really bad for Man United and will be fine regardless of the form. Rishabh, he's been pathetic for club and country. What are you saying? And with this whole kitchery of thing that he's been doing, I'm. Chelsea is like BFC. Okay. No, I don't think so. Chelsea and BFC to compare there is not even close. According to you, what is the exact problem with current Man United team? Shoma, I think the problem is not just the team. I think that there are players, elements in that team. That dressing room is a problem, I would think. But I think is the bigger problem with Man United is I think the ownership and the people who are managing the club. Will Molbagan get banned or sanctioned? Will the recent Iran Israel war can save them in some extent? Blue? I don't know. I still, again, if we look at what happened yesterday, I have to walk back what I said. I would then say, most probably it was right, but we all know why Mohun Bagan opted out. It was not because of the war or anything of that. Let's be very, very frank and let's be very, very honest, right? And to me, that is, that's hypocrisy to the core. Sorry. Omang Dodum vanished after the Next Gen Cup, not in the first team or state league squad. Is he injured? He was not. I mean, he was not a candidate for the first team. That I know for sure. State league squad, I don't know. Maybe even their reserve team coach didn't consider him to be good enough and will push him, so to say, to the RFDL team. I don't know. Is Vinith the first academic product of an ice club? Is it a ray of hope? No, there have been others in the past as well, and there are others also at PFC as well. Do you think State FA not held accountable a certain time? Do you think they eliminated a player of the region? Accountability is a general problem, but I don't eliminating players. Yeah, sometimes wrong selection. Yeah, the manager of Man United is same as Kerala Blasters. They don't want to see the real problems. Gary Rare, it's not even a comparison. Um, yeah, that's Man United's problems are X times bigger than those of the Blasters or whatever the Blasters' problems can be or should be. Do you think going back to Randy Martin's caliber quality in the league is it better than overpaying like now? I don't think so. I think the quality of foreigners is that's another thing. I should have said that. The quality of foreigners has improved dramatically over the last 10 years. You know, um, best players from today's match, Beke Jovanovic most probably. Do you think Kratky can be sacked if Mumbai City FC don't win till 10 matches? Manolo, I'm not even thinking about that, right? So, yeah. Alison Martinez Cotra, who's your favorite? None of the three. Manuel Neuer, all the way. Do you think, like Tom Bayer said, 3 to 6 age kids should be engaged with the ball all the time? Renal, if you have the options, give the kids the ball, let them just run around and enjoy themselves. Yeah. Molwan must be banned ASCP from playing AFC things. They're just hyping the war things and all apart from that cause of ISO, they don't want to make things hectic for themselves. Yeah. Yeah, very right, Giran there. But again, tell that to Mohun fans. Yes or no, I've seen the matches. Rahul looks worse at times. Maybe Rahul with Sandesh works, but with another centre back, the pairing doesn't really work. The flaws start to show up, in my opinion. Rishabh, I think the um, flaws are there in the system. And it's not just the centre backs. The centre backs are getting exposed because of other players. You know? So do you think it's a good idea to lift the salary cap thing and ask us to put some percentage on the budget and transfers to Armenia? In an ideal world, that would work. But I doubt it'll work. I think if you remove the salary cap, which again is not there, it's there in theory, but it's practically I feel it's not there. The clubs will invest even more. So therefore, for me, into the first team, they will not invest into the structure of the club. So that's part of the problem that I see with ISL teams and in their investment. How would rate Edu and Monchi as sporting director? Shlomo, I know Monchi a little bit. So knowing him a little bit, Edu, I don't know personally. That's why I can't rate him. But Monchi, yeah, has done over the years very, very good job. But doesn't that bring too much dependency on that star player and the system roles around them, cutting out Indian players with key match winning roles? Yeah, reporter Faker Gupta, isn't that the problem around the world in club football? Yesterday, we were talking about a certain club. Today, that club got the promotion. Rather, I should say they cleared the qualifier round. Okay. Sorry, Panash, which club were we talking yesterday about? Not ringing my mind. Just remind me. More thinking just to stick with ISL things shows they only invest this much in club just to win Indian level leagues and cup. Okay. Do you think Maguire lost his form or injury made him worse or pressure made him do silly things? Morally, I don't follow him that much that I would be able to make a judgment on that. Do you think matches the team heavily defeat should blame the centre backs or entire team? Next match was Uzbekistan. It's always the whole team. A team wins and a team loses. Certainly, individual players make mistakes, but when a team wins and loses, let's see. Mohnbach don't want to get exploited and thrashed by good clubs because it will harm their so-called legacy. Okay, rare. According to you, tell me your best Indian investment ISL performance up to now. would be mainly good. Gurpreet Singh Sandhu in goal. Roshan, Beke. And then we already have a problem with the second centre back. Mm, maybe Suresh Mite, but again, yeah, that's a long shot. Right back, I would have to go Valpuya. Defensive midfield would be Suresh and Nikhil Prabhu. Attacking positions, Jitin. Jitin, who else? Yeah, I would put Sunil up front. Attacking positions. Thinking. Two more players, no? Uh, I would have to think. No? That's the problem. Players are not convincing me at the moment. Which is tough, AFC Champions League or AFC League? I don't. What is AFC Champions or what's AFC League? I mean, there's only in the AFC Champions League, Morali. Pre-lockdown, I have seen Reliance boys playing quick one-touch football on ground. Wonder why they didn't reach two U17s. Yeah, reality. Talking about okay, Diamond Harbour. We didn't talk about it yesterday, a few days ago. So did you watch today's match? Yes, I did. Nathan Rodriguez great as left back, another young prospect from Mumbai City FC. Yep, looks like it showcased. How do you see current scenario in Iran after current news? Do you think one valid point or something else? Morally, if you want to make it a valid point, you can. My question is, if other teams travel, you don't. Again, even Indians as match officials have traveled. We know why they didn't want to travel, right? Now, yeah, after yesterday, you can say, um, yeah, they have a valid reason, but again, they did not communicate with the AFC about this. That's my first question. You thought, hey, listen, we will decide and tell you later. That's what they did. You don't do that, right? Uh, Jesus goal, Rakle Gole more than not why anybody else. Because he's the best goalkeeper we have at the moment. Period. And he's not conceded a goal. Roland Borges, how do you rate this guy a few years ago? India, he played fine, I thought. Round Borges, stylish player, played for some big teams. Yeah. Okay, Vishal will give us his best 11. All that. Can't agree with Gear. Our management is incompetent, but we got the AFC slot on merit, and right now the situation on our side, Gear is behaving like Mohammedan supporters. I think, Palash, the situation in theory is on your side, but we're talking about, for me, we're talking about Sunday. We're not talking about what happened yesterday. We're talking about Sunday. And at the time when Mohun Bagan was supposed to leave and didn't leave, they didn't inform the AFC. That's the first thing. I would communicate with the AFC and sort of like, guys, and that's why you said your management is incompetent. Yes, but the matter is not on your side. This is what needs to be understood. But again, this is if you say that Mohun Bagan fans are up in arms and they will not believe it. But again, hey, your management is great, so live with it. Bayern versus Aston Villa. What's your prediction? Fast food, as long as Bayern Munich win, I'm fine with the game. So 1-0, 2-1. Yeah. What's your take on Renedy as coach today for BFC? See, Renedy is implementing what he's gotten from Zaragoza. Renedy is not deciding on his own and saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. They are, they're pre-match. They would have sorted things in the past and then worked on things. So therefore, Renedy to me, most talented coach. But yeah, let's see. He will. I hope he will go a long way. Will AFC sanction Mohamed Superchan? They had a valid reason not to travel. At the time when they didn't travel, they didn't have a valid reason. So therefore, that's going to be an interpretation from the AFC. I've not heard anything. Let's see. Robin Borges was a fraud. I feel how even he got so many chances in the national team. I feel there was a pure help given to him by someone. No. I mean, how can you say that? Rowland was a quality player across clubs, be it FC Goa, Mumbai City. Very few players at the moment can match that, what he had in style and class. I-League will be telecast by Sony Network started from 19th October. Is it confirmed? See news from Super Football. Manjob, that's been what's been going around for a while as dates. You know, let's see. I see teams like Zimbabwe with players in European leagues lying around 120 world ranking. How drastic will the change even we get 2, 3 players in European leagues? It depends in what positions and what level these players are playing, but normally these players should get better, get more confident. Yeah, let's see. Today, Vikram looked more like a pressing forward than a winger. Players have to adjust, right? Do you think we put too much focus on physicality in youth football when we should put efforts toward technicality of players? It's really harming us, right? Yeah, then very valid point. Physicality can be developed, you know, you know. So that's it. East Bengal is Man U, Mohun Bagan is Chelsea. Okay, blue. I'm talking about club match in AFC level and match in country like FC Goa was Ireland, Australia was India. Two things which shouldn't be compared, Murali. Kalash, buddy, I do care about info, but we need to accept the harsh the more imagine working like a. Okay, that's your opinion. For me, the best 11 is Gopi Singh Sandhu, Beke, Alex, Valpuya, Roshan, Apuya, Vibin, Brandon, Jitin, Asek, Sunil, and changes suggested by you. But you said the current best players in the ISL. I don't know where Alex comes from. Vibin to me has to do more. Brandon hasn't played well. Isak maybe. Yeah, Sunil. If FC and Mohun Bagan, Mohun will go to CAS, their Mohun will definitely win the case according to Boria. Yeah, Boria knows everything, right? That's Shumo, if that's your again, you guys know. That's let me not get into those discussions about who knows and doesn't know. Got too many blind people out there who are telling you that they know stuff. I-League also going to be great this season. I feel good signings, new teams, and more young players and interesting coaches. Yeah, let's see. It could be an interesting season. As a Monmouth supporter, I really want the match to happen at a later date in a different venue. We will lose badly. That's a different issue. But believe me, most of us want it to happen. Panash, be honest if you like it or not. The reason of saying, of not going, of using this situation, it was a helpful situation. I said it for, I mean, how many times I've been saying things that happen later on? Didn't I say 3, 4 weeks ago, Mohun Bagan will not be able to travel with the foreigners to Iran? It was clearly evident to me. Mumbai City didn't last year, right? And last year, situation wasn't as bad as it is now, but Gaza already on. So therefore, there at the time on Sunday, there was no reason. You got maybe a get out of jail card yesterday. But even yesterday, while the Rockets were flying, Istiklal was still playing the match, right? So therefore, Mohun Bagan, yeah, let's say it, didn't want to play. According to you, when was the last time any ISL or Indian team performed the best in Asian competitions, AFC competitions? See, if I look at the last few years, I would say Mumbai City in the Champions League or even Goa when they were playing at home in the Champions League. If you want to go even higher than BFC reaching the final of the AFC Cup 2016. Taule Beke Shate Ke Hoben anyone else other than Vibin and Brandon. Vishal, you asked me about the ISL at the moment, right? You know, So Brandon is, you saw Brandon, he's not, who's the most exciting youth prospect for you? I don't have anyone. I I'm not seeing that exceptional talent. That's my concern. I would always, again, my last, I said it in the last few days. The real last exceptional talent that I saw as a youngster would have been Chante, and that was nearly a decade back, right? Thoughts on Jay Gopal on his position for playing as left back to now centre back. Aditya, he is a, Manola said that multiple times. He is a centre back who was used as a left back. I also don't like this behavior from one. Imagine just complete incompetent. Yeah, Blue. The VC share is made to Boria. Boria make news out of it. Nowadays, Boria knows it in and out about. Take again. Then, if you want to know, and again, what these guys are doing, not doing, go ahead, listen to it. But I also heard that Mohanbag and Supergiant booked the travel tickets and hotels also for all the players and so forth. So of course, they had to, but this thing gave them an option to get out of it. And it's again, if you like it as a Bagan fan or not, this is not the first time they've done it. They've done it a few times in the past. That's the real sad part of the whole story. Because Mohun Bagan is not representing only themselves, they're representing Indian football. PFC against Air Force Club was, I think, good performance, yeah, but they lost. Do you think Mohammed didn't travel to avoid humiliation and using safety reason as an excuse? Yes, Manolo, that's exactly what I think. And that's what I tell my Mohun Bagan friends. Now, Cam ke hobe, Vishal will have to see. I'm again at the moment I don't have a name for you. When Ego was about to sack, there were rumors of him having offers from many international teams and even opening clubs, even from Ego. But after sack, he's still unemployed. Yeah, Shokast. Let's leave him aside. His history. Let's not go back. Is football match happening around despite the situation? Yeah, of course. I hope Vinny plays consistently for many years and doesn't become one season sensation like Shivaldo. SCT, let's hope so. Can Mohun Bagan challenge the decision by FC in FIFA or CAS? Not in FIFA, but they could go to CAS. But again, the problem is that the problem in this whole thing is while the rockets were flying, while the rockets were flying, again, Istiklal was playing, and the day before, you had Paktakor over there. So, do you think BFC can target Kian in future? I feel it can be great for BFC because they really give good time to youngsters. Theoretically, yes, why not? But let's see how Kian does at Chennai this season. No, like Kipken ball control is good. He may show more, but I saw him also in the SAF Under 20 Championship, and that was, yeah, the less said the better. Was Changte always rated highly? I just remember him breaking into the scene with those 2 goals against Nepal, but a lot of prospect failed because of age fraud hype like Uttam Rai. Everyone was hyped. Gupta, reporter Faker Gupta. I feel, um, you know, um, he was given a chance by Steven because Steven saw something in him. And I remember the owners of DSK Shivajans, where he was in the academy, sent him even to Liverpool. He had a few weeks at Liverpool. I helped him with a trial at Viking Stavanger with friends, so we've done our bits, you know, and to me, yeah, to me that's something that we have to remember, and therefore, exceptional talent works through. And this is something where we are lacking at the moment. Do you think Mohammed the situation you run rather than reality? Yeah. Where do you live and what's your occupation? Vishal, I live in Germany, work in professional football, in the management side of things. And yeah, just search for arunfoot or Arunava Chaudhary, you'll find enough of him about me. Should Roshan start against Vietnam? Chirag, 100%. In my opinion, I think Roshan, even today, once more, yes, 100%. Keep need to work on his work rate, but he will be the player to watch out. Shoma, I hope so. I really hope so. But for me, from um, um, for him to be that, if he is to be the gem, then he now has to become part of the ISL squad and then also start playing. He can't wait another 2-3 years. Believe me, Dada, in our group we criticize the management every time. Now they have created a group of minions to counter us every time we criticize, just like the old manager used to do. And Palash, that's the problem, right? People don't like criticism, and the point is, um, criticism should not be made for criticism's sake. Criticism should be made for reasons that make sense in the way of um, that you have a reason for the criticism, right? There needs to be something in there, and that's something, again, if when I said what I said, even I've been criticized by people, East Bengal fans, Mohun Bagan fans, Blasters fans, and they said, take it, I'm fine with it. If you believe what you think, I say it from knowledge. I don't say things just for the sake of saying it, right? And knowledge has proved me right in a lot of things that I say. Not everything, but yeah, I stick to it. And if I'm wrong, I'll say I'm wrong. What's your take on Brandon and Vikram's performance? Are they fit enough and have match sharpness after injury to play against Vietnam? I would say honestly, no. After today's performance, no. Do you think the problem, Shiva Sakti, not consistent, same with other players or needs to improve? Yeah, same problem. Morally, throw names and we'll have the same conversation, right? And all of them need to be consistent. Criticized for valid reasons, of course. Again, Palash, that's the most important thing. I think that needs to be gotten across. That if there are points to criticize. Don't criticize for the. A lot of people criticize for the sake of criticizing, and that's when it gets diluted. So therefore, this is sometimes tough, but in my opinion, you know, let's wait and see. According to you, who was the lost gem in Indian football? Shomo, I've seen a lot of players with a lot of potential over the last 20 plus years. If especially, the period 2004, 2005 or 6, where, there was the feeling we're going in the right direction. But we had, strikers like Vimal Pariyar, Lalan Puya, those guys, exceptional. Stephen gave them a chance, even as TFA boys. I don't see that kind of talent these days, right? That's the other problem. Our players are becoming 21, 22, 23 when you think about it. We need to protect and give proper rehab to players like Roshan Suresh because they're quite important for national team. Yeah, 100%. Chobe visit Vinay Academy yesterday, but was using Chobe just a few months and now what suddenly changed. Manolo, patch up, whatever. Let's not get into those conversations. Nowadays, we're hyping every young talent as Changte when they are miles apart from both talent as well as professionalism. Sadly, yes, Showcase, sorry. Why don't you come to India? You have a lot of information about football and its mechanics. Vishal, I come in, I go out, I do my work, in the background. Have done a lot of work for Indian football in the background, and will continue to do that. If I'm wrong, please correct me. I find Rahul KP, Vikram Patta brings more attention than Ibrahim Ali. I feel your thoughts. Don't think so. Not Rahul KP. Vikram and Rahim Ali, we can have a conversation, but I would work rate Rahim Ali. For East Bengal women, I feel they go outside the ring of legacy. They can become all clubs as well as at continental level. Get on rare, you know, they are. They should be the leaders, right? They should be the leaders in regard to development. They should be the leaders in regard to where Indian football is heading, and they aren't. That's the sad part, right? The potential. We talk about potential, the thing we need to push forward. That's not happening with these clubs. Thoughts on Shiva Shakti? Can he find place on this team? I don't think so at the moment. I don't think he is ready for that. He has to be playing regularly at BFC. Was that? But no, not at the moment. You're really not in person. Thank you, Bishal. So if Mohammad Subhadan Rist and Nuno and Ice in position of Tom, for example, then can Mohammad was register Tom again in same season? Could do that theoretically in a window if I'm right. Um, yeah, that's something that needs to can happen in theory, but needs to be confirmed by the league because rules from leagues to leagues tend to. Roshan was good today. Yes, Abhishek, Roshan was very, very good today. What's the point of adding strikers like Kian? Adding where? JSS, Roshan, Beke, Gaurav Bora, Abhishek, Nikhil Prabhu, Apuya, Imran, Nikhil, Nihal, Sudesh, Jitimus, Edmund on the base of his ball last time in I-League and midfield, best internal. Best internal. There's a lot of names who don't make the cut, in my opinion. Sunny, that's your opinion, but like sub guys, 36 watching, 15 likes, spread the channel. Yeah, thanks a lot. Reporter Faker Gupta, thank you very much for doing that. Those of you who might be new, welcome to Arun Foot here on YouTube, where I try and do daily evening discussions on Indian football. 17 likes and 1,811 subscribers. Thank you very much to all of you and keep supporting Arun Foot. Thanks a lot. Who do you feel will be the three players who are going to be rejected from the squad? I have a, first of all, let's see who's injured. I'm sure that one or two players might be, you know, might be injured. But I think Namte might be one of them, and then the two others depends on what thought process Manolo is going to Vietnam. For legacy clubs, they only care about derbies. Agree? Yeah. Mohnbagan need to pay $50,000 fine to AFC for cancelling a match against Tractor. How true is this news? Arnav, there is nothing has been discussed. There is no news. I don't know where you get this from. The AFC disciplinary committee will look into the matter and post that they will announce what kind of punishment fine they will take. I had Pakistan football sign an Indian scout. Why not us? Yeah, if Indian origin, he's from the UK. But again, we do a lot of things differently. Yeah? When Monma and Supergiant want to avoid AFC, then why they sign Nuno and just want to show off the power of money? See, the transfer of Nuno Rice happened, if you ask me, in my opinion, he was on the verge of signing for Mohammedan. He was on the market. He was offered to Mohan. Mohan snapped him up. That's the story. What do you think is the reason behind the decline in talent than before, especially when you consider the fact that there are more professional academies than before? JS, you speak um, about professional academies, right? Then the question is about the coaching at those academies. Um, and to me, the biggest problem is that we lack quality, right? So therefore, if the academies, these so-called professional academy, what we have done over the last 15, not 20, not 20 years, but last 15 years at least, or more than 15 years, we have increased um, the reach of football. So we have gone for quantity, but we've forgotten that from quantity, if we got quantity, you need to get quality, and that pyramid is not there. With less players in the system, we created better quality than more players in the system, and that is the question that needs to be answered: is to why is that the case? I don't understand that. If you have an answer, any one of you, please do give an answer. But I don't understand that with the talent that we have available, why we, with across the country, that today's footballers are worse. And you see around the world. I mean, I remember last year I was in Bangalore watching the SAF Cup semi-finals of final. Both Lebanon and Kuwait technically were better than us. Why? And I've seen this across the board now for a certain period of time that every team we play, we seem to be technically worse, even in the SAF Championship. How can that be? So then the question needs to be asked, what has been taught to the kids over the last 20 years? Was Alvin George missed talent or was he overhyped? I remember people talking about his discipline issues. Reporter Faker Gupta, talent, real talent. I remember he was young FPI Player of the Year, which that year hosted. Very, very talented player. But yeah, discipline issues. mm, Yeah. Thoughts on Aniket Jadhav, once a promising talent. Again, Aditya, Aniket is in that line of tons of players who have shown talent. Um, yeah, but didn't make the cut. Aniket is part of that huge group of players who have shown talent, who've had good matches, but are not consistent enough to be regular starters for the respective clubs. Sunil Chhetri as assistant manager of national team and upcoming team, how do you see this thing, sir? Sunil doesn't want to coach here on rare, so I don't see Sunil being attached to the national team. Had these players really called up by Nolo or by Mahesh Gawle on the background? Because a lot of players don't make a cut in squad, but then how do they get costumes? Nolo, we expect new players. Vishal, you expect new players, but I always said um, that Manolo will not make. Manolo will try and do an evolution, not a revolution. So therefore, you expected something I did not expect it. And who did he call in the first window? He called in the first window players he knew from Hyderabad and from FC Goa, a lot of them. So that's the reality. Is H4 the biggest enemy of our system? Well, we have a lot of enemies in our system, and I wouldn't just call out age fraud. I would say age fraud is, yes, one of our big problems, but it is not a standalone problem. We have a lot of problems across Indian football at the moment, which needs to be looked at. Otherwise, Indian football cannot grow. I think that's a reality that we need to look at some stage. Do you think U17 will suffer the same fate, finish second and not qualify? Ranjal, I want to see. Mm, let's see. Not an easy group, but yeah, why not qualify, right? Why talented player rebellious in nature? I don't think they're rebellious in nature. I think that a lot of players at some stage can't get around, work around with fame, with money, with girlfriends, with people suddenly wanting to be your friends, social media. All these factors play a role these days. Not easy, you know. I saw Marsh Gawley attending small tournament as well recently last year. Met him in Missouri and Jackie Cup. Okay, yeah, Mahesh looks around. You know, Mahesh Gawley has been one of our best players. Could have chosen somebody else rather than Manveer, if not anybody else. Vishal, name me that player. That's the point. Manveer has been called up as a striker. We don't have a real striker at the moment in the national team. And he's the closest that we have to that. And I don't see other strikers at the moment, honestly. Even this last match against Bangladesh Safa 7, the team looked horrible to me. It's the same dirty gut feeling you get. Yes, we did score twice, but they looked quite lost. Yeah. Um, Reporter Faker Gupta very well said. I'm not convinced by that team as well. I'm happy. I'm very happy for Ishfaq that they won the SAF Under 17 Championship. But I expect India to win. I at least expect India to win the SAF championships across age groups. Right? But yeah, it wasn't it wasn't good enough. So therefore, I've seen better under 17s than this here in Germany on playing. I think we should host the Junior World Cup again. It can boost the things which get affected by COVID. Yeah, maybe, but is the government of India willing to put in and support, or state governments? That's the question in this now. Why is Mehtab still in Mumbai City FC? Pranjal, why not? He's a regular starter over there. Huh? Why shouldn't he be there? Sanjay Stalin, where's the lost gem, was quite promising in the days. He's at Mumbai City at the moment. I've heard Marsh Gawley being a very, very good centre back whenever live. Was he really that good? He was really good. He was, better than what we have at the moment. Not the tallest, but positioning, jumping skills, yeah, anticipation. Mahesh was really, really good. Do talent player disappear? Is not India phenomenon? Is a global? Yeah, it happens around the world. No, Manwe is not a striker. As Thanos said to look, if you call failure experience. Pranjal, he is a striker. That's his original position. Ask him yourself, he'll say you, I was a striker. And striker don't get a chance. So that's the thing. Where is Komal Thatal? Aditya, last year was at Jamshedpur. I don't know where has he I think you're supposed to sign for an I League team. I've not heard where he signed in I League. Is Kerala one of the highly talented bunch in Indian footy? Kerala brings out talented players, yes, surely. As Manana said, he would like to see Indian coach for national team in future. So according to who could be that? Bibiano, Randy Singh, Washkar, etc. Nicely said, Chirag from Manalo. I'd rather think and believe up to a coach getting to that level, it will be a foreigner. I don't agree with Manolo on that. And if it was to me, if you from the names you've mentioned, it surely will be one of my best friends, Mr. Randy Singh, and can go up with the investment and exposure. Yeah, that's not happening. No? Who will be out from the probable squad and final squad according to Blue? I think there will be injuries. I think one or two players will pull out of injuries, and the biggest candidate for me to not make the cut is Namte. Do you think in past we had centre back more of a technical player compared to now? Not always, no. Anybody else than Manvir for striker position? I have Rahim Ali, and then the list gets tough. Then I'm already in the list of false number nines because I don't see any other striker having that some sort of international format to play international football for India. I have to be honest about that. That's what the criteria in my opinion is. Every corner of India now producing players need more good clubs. Example is Rohdanu is from Uttarakhand, where almost we have no football activities. Year on year, that's a good sign. But again, who is producing better players? Who's producing the next Baichung, the next I am Vijayan, the next Sunil Chetri, even Changte, or better level than these Asian level players? We're not producing that. Yes, players are coming from all over the place, but where is the better quality? Why do our players get injured so much? Vishal, weather conditions, um, injury prevention might also be an issue. Travel during matches, between matches, all of these things are factors. You should write a book about your experiences in Indian football over the years. I'll definitely buy it. Thanks, Jess. Yeah. Here's Ranchi starting Bengal Premier League or something. Yeah, I've heard that as well. Let's see what happens. Deepak Monroe gets praised by Constant. Your thoughts on him? Deepak with Mahesh, great pairing. Um, love to see them play football. Enjoyable to watch both Mahesh and Deepak play. And yeah, quality defender. I signed him for Mumbai City in our first season. I think a lot of the money gets spread out to all state federations who don't even have a football culture. It would be better to put money in pockets like Manipur, Kerala, but more it's streamlined. Yeah, but that doesn't work, right? The state associations have some sort of power also on the federation. So quality, I feel, is not coming because majority of clubs just want to win trophy. Yeah, very right. What happened to West Bengal as a hub of football? Why aren't players coming from West Bengal? Because nobody seems to care about Bengal football. People say they do, but it's like people saying that I care about Indian football, but Bengal football, who cares? So what strikers? I think we try anyone other than Manvir. We tried Jay and we found out he isn't good enough, and now he's out. Let's try to experiment. If we fail, we fail. That's your opinion, Pranjal, but it's experiment is nice, but then you have to understand is the coach needs to decide who he thinks is international quality or not. So, do we really need Bengal League or already have CFL? Yeah, good question, Gerard. According to you, what should Kerala do to make it to next level? Um, um, Kerala football needs better management. So that's the thing that I think Kerala football is suffering for decades. As long as ISL is happening, I think the quality is decrementing every season. Aditya, same problem was there with I League or with NFL in those days. What happened to Ansumana Kroma? Didn't he apply for Indian citizenship after marriage? No, he didn't apply for. He's a Liberian, and I think he will stay a Liberian. Very difficult for a foreigner to get even married to an Indian woman, get an Indian passport. Diamond Harbour FC promoted to I League Two. Do you think they can be promoted to I League as they are rich and Kivo is a good coach considering it's I League Two? Don't ask the source of money. Yeah, surely they have the potential. If Brandon had better physicality, would have been really good player. I think he still is a good player for our standards. The West Bengal government was to set up a La Liga coaching center. Didn't happen. They spoke about it. I don't know if they were supposed to do it, but I have not heard anything. Good night, sir. We'll join tomorrow. Quite tired today. Thanks for listening and answering every question. Get on Rare, welcome as always. Good night. Should ISL be split to North and South in the future with more teams where it can span to more teams in the future, like MLS might help reduce travel cost? Babalu's animation, we have too many teams. I think we need to look at 13 teams to me are too many. Do you think quality player in 2012 was better because of technical or tactical ground? Good. Morally, some for technical, some for tactical, some for both, as always. Bengal football is in disarray because children from middle class families are not playing football. Yeah, Sanjay, very important fact in Kolkata. But again, we're also not targeting kids in rural belts. Bringing back IFS Shield is much better than making another league. Also, need to reduce teams and spread it to other parts apart from Kolkata neighborhood. Very well said, Blue. Do you think ISL will disband one day and we will go back to our old structure? Are there chances of clubs opting out and exit strategy? Reporter Faker Gupta, the point is at the moment it looks like if FSDL doesn't extend its contract with the AIFF, then the question is what will happen. And to me, I'm not very clear what will happen down the road because there are chances if FSDL and Reliance back out that the ISL might shut shop, and then I think most of the teams will not continue, and that's a real danger. So therefore, yes, we need to look at that. Right, 1 hour and 28 minutes already. Those of you who might be new, welcome to my channel Arun Foot. My name is Arnav Chaudhary. To regular videos on Indian and international football, and try and do evening discussions. You know, on a daily basis. So therefore, yeah, join in if you think it's good. Like, share, and subscribe. And let's look at the numbers for today. We've had 23 likes so far. Thank you for that. 1,811 followers. Thank you also for that. Therefore, as always, thanks a lot, guys. Your thoughts on Sweden? Didn't they reach their potential? I feel Sweden has always had very talented players. I mean, I've worked with Ferre Ljungberg myself at Mumbai. Zlatan, one of my all-time favorites. So yeah, Sweden has always had very talented players in their squad. Have any reason to extend? That's the question. Do you feel the 13 teams are too much? I feel it's too little. It's too much, Pranjal. To me, if you look at our talent base, I rather have a 10-team league which is competitive overall, and Indian players get their chances. But again, other people think otherwise. KFA got new management now. They revived a lot of youth leagues, but it's only their first year now. Again, give them time. Mohan Bagan reads that jersey. You think rupees 999 for replica is reasonable or should be cheaper? I think for replica 999 is a very cheap price. The question is if they're gonna make a t-shirt version, maybe which is at 500 rupees, which I think would sell more. So maybe that's a smart way of working around it. Do you think opportunity in sports in India is less compared to Germany or professionalism is missing? I think the opportunities in sports are there. It's just that you have to grab it anywhere in the world. Chesney to Barcelona, your views. Vishal, experienced goalkeeper. Barca were looking for one after the injury to Marc-Andre Ter Stegen. And yeah, Chesney, ex-Arsenal, Liverpool, Juventus, sorry. Good experienced keeper. So yeah, I think, good choice. What are your expectations for upcoming friendlies? Nothing much. I want Manolo to uh, yeah, Manolo understands which players fit into his team, into his system, and then let's wait and see what it does. I don't have great expectations to that. Both East Bengal and Mohun Bagan struggling in AFC competitions. Yes, Dark Knight, that's the reality. The football infrastructure in US school is unbelievable. They have massive. Yeah, Murali, that's true. This ISO system has ruined football manager game for me. It's impossible to make profits playing as Indian clubs. Realistic. Okay, reporter Faker Gupta. Please don't decrease numbers of teams in ISL. Yep, and that's my Dark Knight. That's my feeling as well. I think we've grown to a level and difficult to from a talent perspective. I think it's very very difficult, very very challenging. That's those are the realities of where we stand, where the problems are, where the issues are. If I could, I would make you the AIFF chairman. Thank you, Bishal. Thank you for that trust. Thank you very much. I may sound casteist, but Rajesh, when Mukherjee's managers used to play football, Bengal football was great. Yeah, things you can't say nowadays, but Chandra, there is also some fact to that as well, right? These kind of people don't play these days. That's a problem for Bengal football. Yes, it sounds bad as you say, but it is. Hi Ranjan, welcome back. What could be the reason why New Zealand Nawab Bhattacharya club declined once they were a good side with foreigners now looking crowdfunding? Financial. They were the ones upon a time. United Sports were the biggest spenders in Indian football 2012, 2013 with, you know, as Prague United. They were the biggest spenders. They gave players 1 crore plus contracts. So that's no longer there. And this whole talent development part hasn't worked really for them. Basically, players' jerseys, 2000 replicas, 900. I thought I want their away jersey, which is not released yet. I had this jersey as last year's jersey, as same to us at Injuries Polo shirt. I know that Mumbai City and BFC have released polo shirts. I don't know what Mohun Bagan does. Yeah, as I said, the replica, again, a cheap version as a t-shirt might be the option. Do you think football becoming more of physical than technique in olden days have natural flair or football change expectation varies? It's physical, it's faster, right? It's much more physical. Yeah. So there is a point. Football has changed. You have a ton of knowledge. Thank you, Vishal. Do you think we missed strengthened system over the years? Yep. Didn't Prague United get a World Cup of South America? Yeah, Carlos Hernandez. Yeah, good old friend Carlos from Costa Rica. I'm in touch with him once in a while. So that happens. Do you think Mitoma making fun of EFL player unbelievable? Do you think Mitoma rate put up driven speed? Not seen enough of him to be able to tell you that. Should every team play against other team 4 times as instead of 2 times to let the league? Will be too long. Will be too long, Chirag. If it was a 10-team league, yeah, I would say play each other thrice would be more value. Do you have the Mumbai City FC away jersey? Not yet. I'm trying to, whenever I'm next in India, I'll try and get hold of it, to be honest, Blue. I really like that jersey and I want that whole off-white color one, if possible. So yeah, I'm waiting to be getting to India to get that. Rodrigo said this team, one of the worst team I've seen. Your thoughts? Boo. Yeah. I'm not going to argue with the Ronaldinho. Huh? Do you have any celeb phone number or number of a really big player? Vishal, I used to run Mumbai City Football Club, worked for the federation, set up Round Glass Punjab, worked for FIFA. So, yes, my phone book does contain some big names of players or yeah, actors or other people. What was the quality of players like Munbagan Barreto? Where would he stand in today's comparison? Reporter Faker Gupta, it's difficult to make those comparisons because football was a little different in those days. And that's football has changed a lot in the last 10 years, in my opinion. So therefore, Barreto at his time was one of the best. Scottish Premier League plays 3 times in one season. Yes, they do. The Austrians do a different format as well. What was your position in CC? In CC? Mumbai City. I was the CEO. COO. Damn, you hotshot. I didn't know you're such. No, I'm not a big person, Vishal. I'm just a normal guy who works in football, tries to promote football, and try to do my stuff to help Indian football grow. So yeah, that's me. Nothing more or nothing less. Right, 1 hour and 36 minutes. You know, if you become AFF president, how do you get money to run Indian football? Sanjay, I'm not becoming AFF president, so I don't need to bother about it. And again, if I was becoming president, wouldn't be my job to get money. I would get people to do it for me. Curious question: when a big star walk in India, everybody's surrounded, but in Europe, other countries rarely mind. Yeah, sometimes they do take nowadays, of course, they click pictures, but I think in Europe you can get away better than in an Indian context. Right, guys. Nearly 8 o'clock in the evening here in Germany. Slowly coming to an end of this live Indian football discussion. Again, I tried to answer all your questions that you threw at me, and hopefully I did, and hopefully you're happy with it. As always, like, share, and subscribe. Let's grow the community. As always, 1,811. So thank you very, very much. Slowly closing in on the 2,000. So let's continue to grow the community. Let's try and build. And as always, like the video as well. Spread it. Watch the other videos. As I said, I did a video earlier today on East Bengal. What kind of a coach do they need? Yesterday, something on the probables that Manuro has called up. Yeah, and then earlier on the Kolkata Giants, on Molina's future, on Kodrat's future, on the future of Indian football. Uh, you know, um, so therefore, yeah, so therefore that's that. You know, um, Vishal, I'm not going to tell you names. With due respect, I think I should keep that private. And Blue as the last answer, Iniesta versus Kroos. For me, I've known Tony Kroos since he was 17 at Bayern. So therefore, for me, Tony Kroos all the way. Right, guys. This is me signing off tonight, 2nd of October, Mumbai City, goalless draw against BFC, and I'll be back tomorrow. And tomorrow I'll be most probably back a little later. Got a football game, and yeah, most probably have to go somewhere as well thereafter. So it might be a lot later. It might be sort of a post midnight, maybe again at 12:30, 1 o'clock, maybe AM live. So let's see how I get along with that, and I'll speak to you tomorrow, guys. Good night, everyone.